an application form for first dates. We thought it'd be a good idea to put in Adam's details and sign him up without his knowledge. Relationship history. Why you'd like help finding love.
Long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Expired.
Hobbies and interests. A little something about your day-to-day life.
Wow, where do you even start with that one?
What are you looking for in a partner?
I think you just want somebody to cuddle him.
Oh,
Like a chihuahua.
He's soft inside, really.
It's like my dog. He's like a chihuahua. You've just got to stroke
Yeah,
him.
just boots off all the time.
Yeah.
Preferred age range.
Hi, my name's Jen,
I'm Josh.
and this is the Breaking Beard podcast 2025.
Hooray.
Woo!
Our favourite Moran. You're not a Moran, are you? Our favourite Moran's back.
Yeah, by default, I should be. Maybe I should change my name back.
Go backwards, yeah.
I think I should actually.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that after. There's another therapy session for Jen under a divorce.
I need it.
Where's Adam today then?
Adam is, I would suspect, in Las Vegas.
Some would say that's a suspiciously fast return trip to the States, would you not?
Where's it? It's Phoenix, Arizona.
With a second leg in Vegas.
Third leg in Vegas. We should end the podcast there. End it, that's done. Tune in next week.
That was so fast.
Yeah, he's got his third leg out in Phoenix. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a bit. George, let's do the YouTube comments.
It's time for a YouTube comment from you.
All right, first comment from Lost Northerner. Seen a fair amount of podcasts where Adam lashes out at Josh when he doesn't particularly deserve it, but this might have been the worst yet. You can't admonish Josh for using the word bird and then make disrespectful comments about his wife's vagina and think that's okay. Horrible to watch.
That's even worse, actually, isn't it?
I did not see whatever episode this is referring to, but did Adam lose his head because you said bird?
Yeah.
And then it went on to slam.
Well, that was just later somewhere else in the podcast.
Yeah,
he does that weekly.
he always has like a little throwback to Danielle for something. But I don't recall exactly how this went down. But yeah, if you'll notice that Adam will just constantly, if he's not asked, he'll just like, Adam's always right, even when he's wrong. So just if everyone can understand that. Like if Adam says to me, what's your favourite colour? And I say red, it's like, it's blue. And I'm like, nah, mate, it's red. It's blue. So that's just the game, isn't it? And I'm like, whatever, man. Life's too short.
I feel like your kind of is like real life punching bag. Do you know when he's got to get a bit of something out, like verbally, like not physically, obviously.
I want him to do it physically. I'm yet to break him, like to go physical. I mean, you've seen it a few times actually. There's how many behind the scenes photos is there where I'm like on his back choking him? There's so many pictures like that.
He always gives it like big licks, doesn't he? He's like, I could take you out, blah blah blah, and then like it goes to it, and you're like, you've literally got him over.
It was a cheesecake video. I like picked him up on my shoulder like I would Tilly. What's the next comment?
Next comment from CS9978. You're good lads, but leave maths to somebody else. 480 billion divided by 8 billion is $60 per person.
Yeah, we messed up that maths.
What even was that
The
in
math in
reference
was
to?
if Elon Musk gave however much of his wealth to every
Away.
person in the world,
Yeah.
how much would he have left? And we just got the maths so horrendously wrong.
So what is the actual answer to that? I'm intrigued.
Like $60, he just
Something
said.
like that,
But we
They only have $60 left.
No, he'd only be able to give $60 to each person.
Oh, right.
we made a mistake on a previous podcast. It's because we overlooked the maths and we were talking more about the context in which Elon Musk is taking over the world with his the way that he is, and how much influence people have now beyond the government. Like normally the government would have been like the sort of top of the tree, wouldn't they? But now you've got your Jeff Bezos and your Elon Musks and all these people have like, they've almost got more power than whatever governing bodies there previously were, and we've sort of did some bad maths.
Next comment from Somnium LG. Beard's musical taste and cinematic knowledge are stuck from when he was in his teens. Sometimes it wouldn't hurt to be open to new things instead of dismissing all of Josh's suggestions and treating him like an imbecile. To which Adam replied.
What, he actually got in the comments?
He actually got in the comments of the podcast.
Oh, God.
When someone tells me Wall-E and Machine Gun Kelly are at the spear of the cultural zeitgeist, taste aside, I know they're wrong.
As if he got on his little high horse.
Ooh, there's a lot of comments alluding to the fact they were giving you some
It's like
grief.
every week I get shit off him for most things.
Why are you still here, mate?
Sure, I think that's part of the game that we're playing on the podcast.
Is it like getting in character?
It sort of is,
Good
isn't
cop,
it?
bad cop?
Yeah, that is.
That's what he says.
That's what he says.
I think he just finds it quite...
Although he's broke character quite a few times and admitted that he's how much he enjoys our company. And
Yeah,
we've
of course he
kept him
does.
going this last few years, haven't we? So,
100%.
like,
He'd be dead if not.
Next comment from Urban Hunter 350. Watching this podcast is like seeing a car accident. You don't really want to see it, but you have to slow down and see the carnage.
Valid.
That is true, actually, because it is absolute utter nonsense, but actually very quite nice to listen to and just have on in background whilst you're doing something. You know what I mean?
Most people just put this on to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's just
Do you
like,
reckon?
Voices. Yeah, I think so.
I just sometimes have it on in background whilst I'm just, working, because it's like
Just background
nice.
noise.
Even
nice.
my sister listens to it. I'm like, I can't believe anybody listens to it.
How many are we up to now?
150 or 51, something like that, I think, now.
Oh, how many podcasts?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Is that
asking?
what you said?
How many people listen? How many listeners?
I don't know. What is it? 65,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I think we maybe
I don't know how many we've got on Spotify.
That's mad, isn't
we've
it?
like 300,000 views this month on YouTube, and we do about 40 or 50,000 downloads on Spotify. So a lot of people are listening on a monthly basis, which is it's mental. Appreciate it.
It is mad listening to your waffle.
Next comment from Owen Ozzy. He's moving into that house in the middle of the M62.
To be fair, that would be quite convenient for him to get to the airport, and it's in the middle of nowhere. But can you imagine how annoying that traffic noise is?
You'd give him something more to moan about, though, wouldn't it?
He'd lose his head.
He'd come in every week and be like, fucking traffic.
He'd just be like, I just imagine him like running out naked, just be like, fucking shut up to all the M62 drivers on a morning.
How's life going anyway? What's changed? I know you're deep in project management of this new house for Adam. Like, how's that going?
You know what? Don't often get stressed, but I'm feeling a little bit stressed this week, so we might need a bit of a therapy session.
Why?
Got a lot going on, man. So I'm project managing Adam's house move, there's quite a lot going on with that. The divorce is all kind of kicking off with a view to getting it finalised. I said ideally in the first quarter. I want it all boxed off for April, really.
What's like the process of that? It's not like waiting for your house to go through, is it? Like at the end of it, you don't get a set of keys. It's just like it's just done then at that point.
He's been sat on the documents for quite a few months now because there were 3 points that we couldn't agree on. So we had a very heated conversation last week.
I'm going to guess we can't talk about the 3 points.
Yeah.
Right, all right.
But yeah, essentially, I think we've hashed that out now, got to a good middle ground. He's meant to be amending the documents to send over so that I can sign them off. We get them to court, and then essentially it's just a rubber stamp exercise. But
Okay.
it's getting this last little bit of negotiation and paperwork boxed off, which if anybody, I think a few listeners have said that like, people have been through divorces or are going through divorce.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how difficult it is to have to pick up the phone and have like a conversation like that with your ex-partner. Like, it's just so like emotionally heightened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're trying to have this reasonable conversation. You're trying to stay level-headed, but fundamentally inside, you're just thinking, I'm broken. Why have you done this?
Yeah,
Why have you
yeah.
put us both in this situation where this is now our lives? And you just feel so aggrieved by it. It's really difficult.
I can't imagine. I mean, like I suppose a lot of people listening are likely to have gone through a separation or a divorce, or know people that have gone through a separation or divorce. And it's not something you'd ever see coming. When you marry somebody, you're like, right, that's us, we're good for life.
Yeah.
To then have to flip it on its head, especially with kids, that must be brutal.
It's hot. So it's so hard. And I think like inside as well, like what I'm really kind of sympathising with is people like that. So me and Scott have done all the legal stuff ourselves because we both come from legal backgrounds. What I'm massively sympathising with at the minute is people that don't have like legal knowledge, expertise enough to do it, or at least guide themselves in a certain way, because the cost of the solicitors is extortionate for the absolute bare minimum advice that you get. Like, I don't understand how people get through it. And then whilst also doing this, which is a really stressful thing, and trying to keep like your emotions at bay when really this person is in front of you and has broken your heart and you just want to be like, but you've got to keep calm and composed. So that's very stressful. But I'm thinking about having a massive divorce party once it's all done. So will you join me? Will you play in your band?
Of course.
Oh, nice. Where are you going to have it?
I'm thinking, like, this is a bit, what's the word? I can't say the word that I'm thinking.
Morbid?
No, the opposite. Like, I'm thinking it's a bit, probably self-indulgent, but I'm going to do like a gratitude party, and it's going to be massive, and I'm going to invite everybody that has got me along some way, shape or form in this like
That's
last
nice.
2 year journey. Loads of beers, George and the band, live music, and just to say thank you to everybody for like helping me along. But I don't want to call it a divorce party. I want to call it like a gratitude party, because I don't want to focus on what was negative. I want to focus on actually all these things that were really positive about it. That's quite.
This is why you and Adam are so different.
I know.
Fucking hell.
That went a bit deep.
Because we'd basically, like, if it were the other way around, Adam would basically have a funeral
yeah.
for himself. Do you know what I mean?
He'd just be locked in a dark room.
Laid in a coffin.
He'd be locked in a dark room
Yeah.
with some shrine voodoo dolls, like throwing darts
Yeah.
at like pictures and stuff. But I just thought that'd be a really nice idea. And I kind of thought like the next big bash I'd probably have would be like my 40th, which is in a few years. Might be dead then, man. Let's just get it done. Let's get a massive party, something fucking massive.
That's proper exciting.
I've chat GPT'd. What are some positive things to call a divorce party?
Go on, throw them at me.
Untying the knot.
Nice, I like that.
Freedom Fest.
Oh, that's also cool.
Reinvention reunion.
Who am I reuniting with? That little
I don't
alludes to the
know.
fact that Scott's going to walk in.
Yeah.
A guest speaker.
Turning the page party. Liberation lounge. Cheers to change.
I was thinking like a gratitude gala.
That's
but
nice.
What was the first one? Untying the knot.
Untying the knot
That's quite
party.
cool, actually.
So
What do you reckon?
I think it's a good idea. So that's going to be the first quarter of this year. When you go to Florida?
April.
Oh, right.
First 2 weeks in April. So it could kick it off with divorce is done.
Yeah.
Off I go to Florida.
Yeah.
Have a wild time there with my mum and Noah. Adam's going to come for little bits and bobs. And then maybe May time, have like a really big
Yeah, nice. Warming up a little bit.
springtime, nice
Yeah.
venue. Just get everyone there just to say thank you so much, because without you I'd have probably sunk.
Oh, that's proper nice.
Do you
that.
think so?
Yeah, I do.
Adam
have
will be
that.
like, ooh, that's such a stupid idea.
Yeah, you'll definitely think it's a stupid idea.
But-
But I think that's a nice idea. It's a nice way to like close the
Book,
yeah.
and then say thank you to everyone. Because I'm also thinking, I know I'm going down a bit of a rabbit hole here, but really, like, you don't often get a chance to like say those things to people, and it's only really when people die that you like, you know, you do a eulogy or you say, like, do the nice things. But I'm like, actually, let's get it done whilst
Has it
we're
given you a
here.
new perspective on life then, having gone through this?
Massively, like huge. I think like losing dad, that was a whole, like that changed my life completely.
Yeah.
This has changed it all again.
Yeah.
A lot of good things have come out of it. Like I do think I'm a better, stronger person off the back of it. And I see lots of positives. And like I feel like now like there's a new chapter that I get to write and let's smash it. But then also there are like sad bits to it, because I do feel like inside still quite numb, like emotionally broken. And I honestly think, although people keep telling me that this is not the case, but I honestly don't think that I'll ever be able to love or trust somebody
That's what I was
properly
going to
again.
say. Are you going to be? Do you think you'll be able to have your own little love story again?
I don't think you can. I think like, and again, people might have had similar situations like divorce-wise, but because I was so blindsided by it, like, you know, some people can see it coming. You've had like maybe a year or two of it's been really hard work. You've been arguing. There's been signs that things are deteriorating. I think with that, you can almost kind of, right, you're preparing yourself for it. Things that you're not happy. But I think because I was literally like one morning, it was pull the rug, gone. And I had no idea at all. I think he's duped me so much that I can't like trust my own judgment.
Yeah, I get
So I
that.
just feel like, how can you ever let yourself love someone and trust someone again when actually you couldn't even see it coming yourself? How can you be in that situation? It's like a trauma response, I
course
suppose,
it is,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
You're not going to put yourself in the same situation knowing how much that hurt. So there's that, but you know, maybe.
Have you been back to therapy? Because I'm sure last time you said you went to therapy and you said they basically said I can't help you. What the fuck? What
Yeah.
do you?
You're beyond help.
Yeah.
The therapist,
You go on like Facebook Marketplace, look at cheapest therapist in like
it
Leeds.
was through Booper and everything.
Jesus.
Honestly, and I remember at one point him saying to me, I don't know what to say to that. And I'm like, you don't know what to say. I certainly don't know how to feel. So I might try it again. I've seen like a really cool person, which is on TikTok at the minute.
I was just literally going to say, have you seen any sort of like influential like therapists or like experts, like marriage experts or whatever online? Because
there's this lady, she's called the No BS life coach, and I just love her approach. So when she's doing like little TikToks and stuff, do you know when you've got all this kind of bureaucracy where you go to therapy and they've got to do a certain way, which I get, like they've got to follow guidelines and it has to be like this, but she's just like absolutely no bullshit. She's really direct, and I think I'd get a lot of value out of that. Like I don't want someone to be woolly with me. I want someone to be like, let's confront it. Whereas I felt like it was good to talk to someone, but I got absolutely nothing out of that emotionally. I've got no coping mechanisms from it, like absolutely nothing. So maybe it's
Has she got experience in this then? Like she's gone through a divorce or? Yeah,
she's been through a divorce herself, and she's now with a new partner. So she's talked about like how hard it is to kind of bridge that gap.
Is she on Instagram or?
Yeah, TikTok. She's called the No BS.
TikTok?
I know, sorry.
We don't go on TikTok over here, do we?
Well, TikTok got taken down, didn't it?
Oh yeah, of course it did. No BS life coach.
Yeah.
You have to cut around this, George.
Her real name is Caroline Ailes.
You know what's funny? If you type in No BS life coach, it just says Knobs life coach.
I need a Knobs life coach. What's one of them?
What's she called? Caroline.
It's this bird.
This bird. You know, that's the bird.
Caroline, spelled EYLES.
Right. Let's watch a pinned one.
You like someone and there's the space between the dates, there's the space between the messages. You're going to have to tone that narrative down and stop making it go crazy, because maybe you're not sure if they like you or not. So you're trying to control the situation and you're not sure, and in that not knowing, we make it up in our head because you're not sure in that space that person's going to come back. And I'm going to tell you where that stems from. That stems from when you were a baby and your mum would play peekaboo with you. That's because we didn't believe that we didn't exist if we couldn't see our mum when we were a teeny tiny baby. So then when she would disappear, we would be able to go a certain
I like the ones where she swears
I
a lot.
buy that. It stems from playing peekaboo with your mum.
Yeah, there's some bits like that, but there's some really good ones that are like, she swears and she's just like, this is how it is. It's not like...
It'd be interesting to have Adam do some
Can you
coaching.
imagine having this conversation with Adam?
Should we get her in and do a round table?
No.
It'd be chaos.
He'd walk straight back out. He is the worst person to get advice from. Or like you'll have gone through it. How many times have you gone through stuff with him before? And how useless has that been?
Honest to God, what makes me laugh about Adam's approach to everything is like when it's you coming to him and you're like, and it's like, just fucking get over it, man. It's, you're responsible for your own happiness. But if it's something going on in his, it's like, woo,
He don't follow his own advice.
Yeah. Which is hard.
When he came to out of the weekend, Danielle proper dressed him down.
I love that. Adam told me about that.
She went to town.
I don't think she likes it.
I was sat there with baby. I might as well have some popcorn. I'm like,
Go Danielle.
I didn't know. She just came out of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So what else is making you stressed then? Obviously, that makes complete sense. But what about the project management?
Project management. So at the minute, I am liaising with the estate agent for Adam's new house and an interior designer, because he wants turnkey. He wants to walk in.
Yeah.
And it is like kitted out.
That's a poison chalice, that, mate.
Well, initially, it's like, I'm not bothered about anything.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a poison chalice.
It literally was like, you've got free reign, go for it, Jen. So I'm like, yeah, fine, leave it to me. Honest to God. And then I'm not even joking, I get about a succession of 17 voice notes, like 3 o'clock in the morning, because he's in America. I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? It's like, I don't like this and I don't want that, and I've changed my mind about this and I've changed my mind about that. And I'm like even down to pull that sofa off the wall and put something around the back. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, okay, it probably just would have been easier for you to do this yourself, but okay. So yeah, that's quite stressful. And also, like you say, wanting it to be the finish that he walks in and he's actually going to like it. We all know Adam. He's going to walk in and he's going to be like, this looks like dog shit. And I'm going to be like, all this hard work.
You know what an example of that is from our perspective, right? So Adam will be like, right, we're going to do this challenge. I'm like, sound. Tell you what, I'll ring him and see if they're available. He'll be like, yeah, make sure that they don't make it any bigger than it, like he'll go for his list. Make sure they don't make it any bigger than it needs to be. It needs to be exactly the same as where it is online. We need to be able to shoot it at whatever time. So he'll give you like 3 things and I'll pick up the phone when he's in the car with me. So we did it for the pancakes one that you're editing now. And I get on the phone, I'm like,
Spoiler.
Let's say she's called like Caroline. Hi, Caroline, it's Josh, work with BeardMeatsFood. We're going to come and shoot next week. Yeah. I just want to run through a few things that we sort of what to expect when we get there on the day. Don't make it any bigger. Then he'll pipe up, he'll go, hi, Caroline, yeah, I'm here, I'm in car with Josh. It just needs to be this, and this. And I'm like, what was the point? What was the fucking point? You just ring him and book it, and we'll just fucking film it, do you know? So that's what's going to happen with you.
It's what I can see it happening. I can see it all happening now. And then even down to like, I'd literally like got her to do like an itinerary of cost for each and every room. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I don't need that room anymore because that's going to be the gym. I'm like, did you not think to tell me that like before I've gone to the lengths of actually going to the property, meeting this woman, going room by room to come up. And do you know what's the biggest travesty of all? The house is stunning and no one's going to see it. Because he doesn't let people in. Yeah. And I'm like, we should swap houses. You come to my little townhouse, if I ever get it, and I'll live in here and I'll keep having parties every week. Brilliant.
How's your house move going then? What's the latest? I think last time, a little catch up for those to remember. For last time, there were two houses. There was one house that fell through, and then there was a new house. And I said, fuck the old house that fell through because they're Waziks. Yeah. Just go get the. Can we say that? Just get the new build.
What's the definition of Wazik?
I don't know. We need to look that up because my granddad used to say that all the time. So I'm thinking that might not be okay.
So what's the latest?
So the latest is the old one is back on, due to complete next Friday.
So you're going for that one?
Yeah, because I can't remember, it was November when we did the podcast. Yeah. Literally, because he were in Vegas. Literally 2 weeks later, those people have found a house, put an offer in, it's been accepted, it's chain free, only 8 years old, so on paper, like no, damp or whatever. Yeah. So all systems are meant to be going for completion next Friday, but a little bit tangled now because you've got to prove where your funds are coming from, right?
Yep.
Which is fine because most of it's coming from my house sale, from my family house.
Yep.
All money's sat in my bank ready to go. A certain amount of that was from my ex for a spousal maintenance payment, which is a lump sum. But because the divorce isn't finalised, we haven't got anything formally in writing to say that that's what he's paid me for. So at the minute they're saying, well, we need him to confirm that this money is not going to try and reclaim it. So he needs to sign a form legally to say it's a gift. But I'm like, it's not a gift. Oh, so he's not going to sign a form to say it's a gift, because if he did, then in the divorce I could be like, well, I've never received that. You just gave me that as a gift. Give me an extra X amount of money. Yeah. Of course, logical, makes sense that he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's constructed an email to him today for me and basically said, spousal maintenance, no interest in the property, not going to claim it back. Here's a bank extract to say blah, blah, blah. But because these people in conveyancing firms are people, and again, no criticism to them, but they're young people put into post, not properly trained, do not understand anything outside the norm of a very straightforward process, cannot think about how to get around it. It just drives me insane though. Like, I know he can't sign that form to say it's a gift because it's not a gift. So what's the plan B? Because that's not happening. It's like, well, he's got to send us 12 months worth of bank statements. He ain't going to do that. Of course he's not going to give us sight of his 12 months bank statements because God knows what's in there.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
So, exactly.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sorry to interrupt this episode. I just want to take a quick moment to tell you about our Patreon. As you know, we don't take on any old sponsorships around here. In fact, we've only done 2 in the last 2 years. That's why we need Patreon. That's where you guys come in. Each week we do a Patreon-only episode. Fancy going to watch Kung Fu Panda 4? Yeah.
No, I'd just call you for that, dickhead.
I'm not shagging you. Anyway, George, as well as behind-the-scenes content from all our trips abroad, all the antics, and all the stuff that we frankly can't post on YouTube. There's a great community being built, and the money generated helps keep this sinking ship afloat. If not, George is going to have to go back to selling his ass for money. You get early access to every episode, and there's a Patreon-only episode with every podcast. Not only that, there's almost a year's worth of behind-the-scenes content for you to catch up on, and you can see all the antics that goes on whilst we're abroad. And you can ask us questions on our Patreon-only Q&As. All this for less than the price of a pint. Thanks as always for the support. Now back to the episode.
Next Friday, meant to be. Don't know how we're going to resolve this.
Whatever that amount is, can Adam lend you it?
Well, this is another thing.
Right.
But if he lends me it instead, Adam has to provide 12 months worth of bank statements and do a check on him and sign a form online, which again is giving him work to do, which he's not going to want to do, is he?
I'll do that. He's got to do that for you, hasn't he?
So it's just not straightforward and it's stressing me out.
Jesus.
So I'm a little bit stressed actually.
And
today.
you're supposed to complete next Friday?
Next Friday. It's not going to happen, is it?
Oh, my.
It's not going to happen. So I'm just trying to breathe. I've bitten off a little bit more than I can chew this calendar month. I started January because Monday, Tuesdays is a rule I don't work, do I?
Yeah.
I'm not doing a single thing any Monday or Tuesday of January because I'm going to just have a clear out of clothes.
Yeah.
You know,
Dry January.
Meet my friends for a couple of coffees, whatever. Literally every single Monday, Tuesday since I had that thought, I've manifested chaos.
I can't believe you've agreed to come and do this podcast, you madhead. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have asked you. I'd have been like...
This is my therapy, to be fair, though. This is the hour out of my day where I'm like, oh, just breathe and get it all off your chest to the, hopefully, entertainment of viewers.
I think people love it when you come on because you're so real. Like, you are like... This is like the real life stuff that we all have to go through, innit?
It actually feels like a proper podcast.
Yeah.
This is what it should
Chaos, isn't it? It's chaos.
What do you think the likelihood is that you complete next Friday then?
As of now, if it had not been for this week, as of last week, I'd have said I'm 80% sure it's happening. Now I've gone down to like 50-50.
Where are you staying at the moment?
So I'm still in rented.
Right.
So that's all right. I've got that for a few more months. So worst case scenario, even if it's pushing into February, it's just not ideal, is it? Because again, the house, even though I said I'd never do any project house again, I'm going to rip the kitchen out, rip the bathrooms out.
When you text me the other day, I just assumed it was for Adam's spot.
Yeah, no. Anybody know any kitchen fitters, decorators, floor layers, tilers? Is that what they're called? Tilers. Any tradespeople?
I know a plumber.
DM me.
I can hook you up with a plumber.
Yeah, anything like that.
You're a plumber, mate.
I need just, tradies. Just to
okay.
make sure I'm not getting ripped off, really.
Yeah.
And that I can trust someone. Because, again, accountability is important to me. If you say you're going to do something, do it when you say you're going to do it.
Oh, you won't get that. Like, from my experience with tradespeople, they're very hard to pin down.
This is an extra layer.
I can't believe you could add that stress to your life.
What am I doing?
What the fuck?
And I know that this is a really nice thing to be planning, but has anyone ever been to Disneyland in Florida? Have you ever looked at how hard it is to sort all that out? Because you need to book restaurants 90 days in advance. So you need to know where you're going to be on what date to get a relevant restaurant.
So you got to do a 2-week itinerary as well?
2-week itinerary.
Your mum's retired, man. Just get her on it.
Oh, mate, can't trust her with that.
Be like, listen, come on.
She can't.
Adam's paying. I'm bringing the grandchild. I provided the grandchild to you.
You just
At least just book the
And the
restaurant.
All I've got is a daily text message from her saying, have you sorted our travel insurance out yet? And I'm like, not yet. I'll do it soon. I've got a list that's as long as my
I'm going for a
arm.
divorce. I'm trying to move house.
I'm like, ugh. So yeah, I have to plan Disneyland as well, relatively quickly because all the reservation slots are open now for our couple of weeks.
And the love life, you're still not seeing that fella that's not your boyfriend, that is your boyfriend.
Yeah, still seeing the non-boyfriend. Definitely still not a boyfriend.
It sounds. So you seen anybody else?
No.
So
I've got
he's
time for that. No.
You mean just 'cause... So if you weren't so stressed with moving house, getting divorced, going to Disneyland, you might see somebody else?
No.
Oh, so he's a boyfriend.
No, I'm not.
A long-term booty call.
It's just a very extended friends with benefits situation. Yeah.
I think that's what Danielle is to me.
I know you're married.
Yeah. Same thing.
There ain't no benefits there, mate.
There's still benefits. That's why we've still got kids coming out.
Talking of relationships, how's yours, George?
Good, yeah, fine.
Reflected that nice.
We met her, didn't we? We got to meet her.
So lovely. Hi. Does she laugh? Is she going to have to bleep me?
Don't bleep her name out.
Don't bleep her name out because you were meant to bleep Tom's name out and you did it for about 5 out of 19.
Yeah, because you said not to do it last time.
That were in the episode where she spoke about pooing on it. You pooed on him since?
I haven't thankfully pooed on him since.
Oh, right.
That was.
What about meeting George? So we went to George's gig. We explained this on the podcast a few weeks ago, but we had to introduce ourselves to George's girlfriend because he didn't do it.
You know, still on about it.
Yeah, that's
Bad
true.
that.
We had to make.
I was busy setting up all my equipment and rocking out. So
That was a good gig, that actually, wasn't it?
was
That was
good.
actually
In
really
a
good.
shit old pub in Wibsey in Bradford.
It was a shit old pub. You're all right.
It was very.
I played him worse.
The structure doesn't kind of lend the layout doesn't lend itself well to
Not
that kind of
really.
thing because there wasn't really much of a dance floor, and
We're
I like
playing
to
in an
boogie.
even smaller place this weekend, or next weekend,
Oh, where's that?
in Huddersfield.
On what date? Come on, I'm trying to get you a plug here. Get you some people in there.
It is on the 31st of Jan.
And where is
Friday.
it?
Friday completion day.
Walker's Arms, Huddersfield.
There you go. If anyone wants to see George singing in his band, that's where you need to go.
Yeah, there's not going to be much room for people though. It's
Highly
very
recommend.
small.
Yeah, very good.
You need somewhere always though with a dance floor. I was saying to Adam afterwards, I was like, how do you keep singing, George, and like not break like face? Because I was literally doing this right in front of your head, like doing this to like sing along.
Because I'm thinking of what the next song's going to be, and then or what I'm playing on bass, and then there's multiple other people in the room that I'm like looking at.
I know, I'm right
And
in
then
front of your head.
Connor's fucking laughing and joking about it back while he's playing drums. So I've got him distracting me. So I've learnt to stay
I
focused.
can't even imagine how you can remember that many songs to play, not to mention singing the lyrics. I've realised
That's why I have them in front of me.
after trying to sing any song, I don't actually know the lyrics. Because if you sing a song that you've been singing in the car
Yeah.
for a few months and you read the lyrics, I guarantee it's not the same as what you've
Yeah.
been singing.
The most annoying thing is when people come
Agreed.
up to you and you go, "Oh, can you play this song?" And it's like a song that everybody knows, right? And you go, "Oh, sorry, we don't know that one." And they go, "What do you mean you don't know it? Everybody knows that song." I'm like, you do understand there is a difference between knowing of a song and knowing how to actually play it.
Maybe you
Play
should
it
say
and
we
sing
don't
it.
know how to play that song.
I said, if everybody just knew all these songs and knew how to play them, like, everybody be in a band, everybody be doing
It's
this.
such a talent.
When's the engagement party anyway? Like, surely we're ready to lock this girl down now.
Lock it down.
No, we're a ways off. We're a ways
Oh
off.
yeah, is it official or is it a booty call like this one over here?
It ain't a booty call.
Have we dropped the elbow?
I'm just not afraid to put a label on it.
Oh, Mr. No
Throwing-
Commitments now, Mr.
throwing
Commitment on
shit.
her.
Throwing shit. Have you dropped an album?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fast.
Shit, though. We should have known though, because like last time when you were here, not in November, wasn't it? And he'd
Yeah.
had 14 days between Friday and Monday. We recorded on a Friday, then on a Monday.
14 Friday. 2 a day.
Wow.
That's impressive, that, you know.
Man, they do say if you know, you know.
You know? If you know, you know, you know.
If you know, you
What
know.
does she do for a living again?
Kitchen fitter. Come on.
Plumber. She's a caring assistant.
Oh, that's
I don't want to go too in detail
Oh,
because I
right,
don't know
okay.
what I can say and can't
Okay.
say. So
She's super lovely. Really, really loved that she got involved and came over and had some like.
Yeah,
Damn
you're
fingers.
a chav, you though. I don't know if you can say. I can say that to you. You're a proper like you could turn any song into a chavvy song. You're there with like guns up, like life is a highway. You're like, what are we doing
I
here?
was just channeling my cowboy. It's not chav, it's cowgirl. Life is a highway. You all were copying me by end anyway.
Strong beer in that place. Right? Right, what's next on the agenda, George?
where are we at with the OnlyFans, Jen? Is that up and running or
I'm so tempted. The more I read about it, the more I'm tempted to do it. Just with my feet.
just with the
So
feet?
tempted.
I think that's fair. Feet pictures.
Well,
I just really want to do it.
I've found another avenue for you that you could pursue.
Go on.
Josh has a link to it there. There's a woman on Facebook selling her morning breath.
Oh my God, that'd be vile. That's vile. How
She
much
wakes
is
up
she
in the
get-
morning, breathes into a bag.
I haven't brushed my teeth now for about 4 days.
It's £5,000 a week from this.
Last night I had a very garlicky salmon pasta.
No.
I've been back
Dirty bastard.
Five grand a
Dirty
week?
£5 a week.
Shut up. What
I'm
is
selling
wrong
a
with
morning
people
breath.
in this world? Who's buying that? £5 a week?
Get on it, Jen. Before the ship sails.
I just feel so wrong, don't it?
That's fucking minging, that. That's actually worse than that bird that shagged 100 blokes in 12 hours.
What is her...
Female, not bird. My bad.
What is her... I know we're going to cover it off on the agenda, but do we know what the reason is for her doing this?
Well, there's 2 women.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
it's like a
there?
head-to-head, innit? Is
Yeah.
that one that did 100 people in...
100 people in a day.
Yeah. There's a
Now
documentary.
she's trying to do 1,000 people in a day. But then this other woman's done 1,050 in a day or something.
To
Before
what
she
end?
has.
What's the purpose of it?
I don't know, to get a world record for the notoriety. I have no idea.
I mean, how fast have you got to get your session wrapped up to get that many people in?
Do the maths.
Somebody do the maths.
How many hours?
Sure, someone's doing the
24
maths.
hours divided by
how many?
1,050 people.
You need to do how many minutes are in 24 hours? How many minutes are in 12 hours? And then you need to divide that number. We're not good at maths on this show.
No, this is not a
Quick
good
maths.
idea.
It's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, but she did it in 12.
She did it in 12?
She slept with 1,000 people in 12 hours.
12 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 1,000 is going to be in 24 hours. She did 100 in
People are
12,
going
I
to be
think.
dying at this like maths here, right? George, cut round at this point. So we can do the maths. They're going to be like, these absolute dopes can't do.
I need to know how long this session is per person. That got to be a quickie, that.
It's got to be it's got to be like 5.
One every 41 seconds.
No, that's not physically possible.
That's 1,057 men in 12 hours.
I think that there must be. They can't be. Not everybody. They can't be climaxing every time. The guys.
No.
No, it can't be, can
So
they?
literally, what is she classing as having sex? Just poking it in once, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's if she hadn't had like a break to go and have some food or FaceTime her mum, like.
It's impossible. It's
It's
physically
got to be
impossible.
it's got to be just a publicity stunt. Then,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's not physically possible.
Well, it's the fact that every time you go on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere, it's just like everywhere.
You know what it is? It's like when Andrew Tate and all them managed to like take over social media, where all you saw like Andrew Tate quotes. That's what's happening to us now. We're filling in. We're doing it now.
We're buying into it. I just don't think that it's physically possible. This must be some like when you get like small print
I don't
at the
think
bottom
it's
of
real.
it.
Could you imagine like just how minging that'd be, right? Let's say it's like you're 600, right? You walk into a room and there's like 4 blokes already like just doing their 40 seconds, and there'll be because on that one that girl that did
But what if
100?
What if some guys have actually gone to completion as well?
Yeah, but I think they'll wear a condom, won't they?
I don't know if that's part of it.
So on the documentary of that other lady, I saw a clip on Instagram, and the film crew went in afterwards, and the cameraman was like gagging because there were just used condoms all over the floor and tissues, and they were just.
So like that's a health and safety disaster. But also from a legal standpoint, I need to see the small print. That has to be like I've slept with 1,000 people in a day. However, sleeping classed as 1 pump. No, not necessarily
Well,
completion.
Tory Mike classes it then, I guess.
A one and done.
It's true.
He even managed to do it before he even got in there, didn't he?
Yeah, I think as he
He'd be-
got through the gates of Mrs. Mike, he blew his load, didn't he?
He'd be
And then now they've got a
ideal.
baby, so that's like
Ideal customer for her.
that's absolutely disgusting. That
That's a madness.
she
But-
must have an STI.
Like
Imagine that minefield.
Yeah. 'Cause, honestly.
the impacts of how that's going to mess her up, though, mentally.
Yeah, I just don't understand why she's doing it. Is it just to become Insta famous?
She's an OnlyFans though, isn't she? So she's like expecting to get more customers.
I mean,
She must have so. Can you find out how many subscribers she's got on OnlyFans? Because I bet she earns a fortune. Just Google like how much money does you reckon she makes? What's
OnlyFans
her
on
name?
work Wi-Fi.
I mean, each to their own and everything, and she's obviously going to be making a fair bit of money from it.
There's a price that is literally selling your soul to the devil.
Yeah.
You just give it. You're selling for whatever cost. I want to be famous and have loads of
Our
money.
parents as well, like, you'd be just like mortified, wouldn't you? Paul, like, it's what a world that we live in though, where
It's
like,
terrifying. They banned TikTok, didn't they, in America?
Yeah, it's coming back though, isn't it? Because Donald Trump's coming back in, and he's like,
He said it can come back.
he said, I think it's not. I don't know if it's officially happened yet, but basically he's saying TikTok was a massive tool for him to get re-elected because he attracted a lot of the young voters. So he's doing it to say, I'm coming back, and my official first comeback speech is going to be on through TikTok. So not
So
only
he's done a brand deal. He's like, sponsored by TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm going to do.
But again, this is all.
We are fucked.
I know.
We are proper. We are.
It's the world that we live in is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how he's back in as a president, to be
Oh,
perfectly
we can't get into
honest.
politics on here, I'm afraid. You've got to leave your political alignment at the door.
I know, but it just blows my mind because
Yeah.
he's like criminally convicted.
A few times over, he's criminally convicted.
There should be a threshold for people that are running
That's
the
the American
country.
dream.
Not criminals.
Yeah, that is the American dream, isn't it? Like you can do anything you want in America.
To be fair-
include a criminal and the president.
I mean, like in this country, he couldn't go on he couldn't serve on a jury service because he's got a criminal conviction. So why, in America, can he actually run won the world. Mad.
On that Google search, I don't know what she has in OnlyFans subscribers, so I think that must fluctuate so much. But on Instagram, she's got like 325,000 followers or something. This Lily Phillips.
Is she the one that did 1,000 people in a day?
She's the one that was aiming to do it, but this other girl's done it first.
I don't know.
Grim.
I feel like comparatively then selling my feet's not really that bad, is it?
The thing is, like, the debate is like, who's worse, her for doing it or the men for doing it?
I mean, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand a lot of this. The whole like.
How would you even
culture.
get aroused to do that?
You'd be stood in a queue with a bunch of other men.
Yeah, you see videos where there's like staircases.
Getting yourself ready.
Oh nah, I'm out.
Nah, I know.
This is
fluffer.
grim. We're gonna have to cut this out of the podcast. It's just fucking minging.
Adam would not be sat here talking about this.
He won't even entertain it. Everyone at home's gonna be like, "This is just dire."
James next door was saying to me
He
last
wouldn't
week.
queue. James wouldn't queue having a wank.
He was telling me all about it. He was saying apparently you're now going forward soon, you're gonna have to start providing information for Pornhub.
Oh yeah, I
Like
saw that. Danielle showed me
identification,
that.
something like
So apparently, apparently you're gonna have to show that your ID, a bit like betting or buying alcohol for porn sites, which I think is probably a good idea.
I get, but it's kind of stupid when you're having to show ID proof of age for all that because they're trying to stop underage people from seeing all that. But yet on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everything, all you see is them two women doing that. And
But that's
all.
not explicit.
I know you're
is
not
it?
explicitly seeing it, but you're still hearing about it.
This
It's
is the
like-
thing, man. It's such a minefield. Like, I can't imagine what it's like for a teenager trying to grow up in this world and try and somehow make an informed decision in life as to how they want to grow up, like, independently, because it must be a fucking mess.
Yeah, I think with that as well, it's a great idea, but it always then runs the risk of that stuff will still be accessible to underage people just in really bad, unsafe places to go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Other
Yeah.
sites will crop up. And
Yeah. But yeah, the whole blooming porn culture and how that's affected everyone is a topic all of it on its own right, isn't it? It's terrible. Like what people watch
yeah.
and would not be able to get gratification from normal intercourse because of the extremes that they see on some of these.
Yeah, I think the porn culture thing, like, I feel like I'm pre that. Although, I've heard some of the horror stories thereafter, thankfully. Like, poor Georgie boy, he's grown up in the little porn
Pre
culture.
that, what did you do when you're on ship? Can we
No, but I'm
cover that?
saying like, yeah, but I'm saying like I've not dated around loads to know what effect that's had, if that makes sense. But I'm old now. Danielle's old. Do you know what I mean? We've been together for
effect on
ages.
other people.
Yeah,
All right.
because that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like obviously there's so many extremes and fetishes that are captured. It's hard then I think and again we've got to think that we're going so deep here, but sex education in schools is inadequate, right? A lot of boys, girls will watch that kind of as their education about that's what a normal sex life is, because that's the only way. They can't speak to your mum and dad about it. That's really their education. And what they're getting is a really skewed view of what a healthy sexual relationship is, in my opinion. And it ruins people's sexual expectations and it warps things as well.
I'd never even considered that until you just said that. Fucking hell.
It's deep, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it is, and it's true, and I think it's really sad that people will think like that. And again, no judgment, everybody's got their own likes.
I think there should be a bit of judgment though to
I think-
pull it back a bit. Do you think that's like? Do you know, everyone's like, no judgment at these girls having sex with 1,000 people. When really there should be a bit of judgment to go. Maybe let's not
I think
put that on a pedestal.
Yeah, and I think like no judgment in terms of if you like something in the bedroom, absolutely go at it. Like that's your prerogative. But I think that it's not okay for then, girls to think, imagine it's the first time you're having sex and all that the guy's known is like what they've seen and learnt from porn, that then the girl thinks that the norm is to get choked or, to get her hair pulled or whatever. But, again, that might be your thing, absolutely fine. But it's just about then girls thinking that is what to expect and they just have to accept it because that's what the guy's thinking and saying is normal. It's very...
Maybe you need to start Jen's sex ed Instagram.
Oh my
or
God,
TikTok.
did you ever watch Sex Education, the programme?
No.
Yeah, it's great.
So good. Basically, they do that like two students set up like a sex therapy thing for the other students, but like from the toilet in the
So
the
they
school.
can like ask questions and
That's clever, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe we should do. We'll have a whole
tally our
podcast on it.
toilets.
Minefield. It's a minefield.
We've covered some topics now: politics,
don't
sex education, divorce.
I don't
Well,
know how we went down.
Should we move on to something a bit lighter and a bit?
Yeah.
Go on then. What you got?
So, Josh, you sent a link into our group chat this week of an application form for first dates. So if you've not seen First Dates, it's Fred. What's his name?
I don't know what
French
it's
guy.
like. Yeah.
Fred, the French guy off the program with
And he did Fred, Gino, and Gordon.
that program.
Yeah.
So he's like the owner of this restaurant, and people go and they go on these first dates and they film it all and everything. So we thought it'd be a good idea to put in Adam's details and sign him up without his knowledge of this to first dates, and he might just get an email in his inbox saying he's been accepted.
Right,
and
you
like,
could fill
what the
these.
fuck?
You could,
100%,
I just saw it and I'm
let's do
like, how funny would it be? Because I had a quick glance through the form, and you have to say like, you know, this is the thing with TV now. You had to say like what your influence was. So like, obviously, if you've got a bigger audience, they're likely going to take
Yeah.
you on. Yeah. So Adam's got what 5 million subscribers. He's nearly got 1 million on Instagram. Like he'll get signed to straight away.
100%. I think we should genuinely do it just to see the reaction when the email lands, or he gets some kind of acknowledgement, and he'll be fuming. And it'll be so.
He's going to watch this podcast. He won't have a clue.
It'll be so funny.
You know that meme of that guy that goes, at 11 o'clock, I'll have a fish and a rice cake. Then I'll have fish. Yeah. He went on it as well.
Did he?
Yeah, he was on it.
Didn't he
So
like
on his
plug that
date-
as well? He was like,
on his date, he had to say,
"Do you recognise
"So,
me?"
do you recognise me?" And then, yeah, I do, but I don't know where. I bet they told her, probably off camera, who we were. And then he had to explain.
Go on then. What are the questions? Skip the like name, date of birth.
Yeah. So some of the more fun ones. So this one, tell us about yourself. So this is quite open. Like we can write a bit of a paragraph here. Your personality, hobbies and interests, a little something about your day-to-day life.
Wow, where do you even start with that one? Personality.
So, well, the first thing is tell us a bit about yourself. So, like, if you go by like his Instagram bio, it's like former ESPN 8th ranked eater in the world, which is stupid because former, so he's not even in the rankings anymore. So let's just delete that from his profile. You know what I mean?
He's added like top 40 chart topper now, hasn't he?
That's it. So his leading one to get back into the US to get through customs is that he's a podcaster. So he's got to start with that, hasn't he? I'm a podcaster and YouTuber.
Competitive eater.
YouTuber.
So he's not a competitive eater anymore. Don't count.
YouTube.
Retired.
He's YouTuber.
YouTube eater.
Retired.
Retired.
He's just got to say
Competitive.
YouTuber, hasn't
Yeah, retired TikToker.
Influencer.
TikToker. Retired competitive eater. Hobbies include lifting weights.
Yeah.
Sitting in quiet rooms,
Yeah.
alone, watching horror films.
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Bob Ross is a
Drinking
good one.
mead and waiting for the day to end. So he can wake up and do it all again.
Yeah. He enjoys ranting.
Yeah, enjoys watching horror films by himself and projecting his penis onto his cinema screen. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Unfortunately, I've seen that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't
God.
know. I don't know why. I don't know why I've seen that, but I have seen it. This is not normal.
Hobbies,
What else?
moaning. He likes to moan.
Personality, manic depressive. What else?
This is like a
self-deprecating.
This is a good honest like. But do you think some females would buy into that? They're like, oh, at least he's really honest.
I mean, at least you know what you're getting.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? There's no surprises, is there?
So, what do you do for a living? That's the next question.
YouTuber,
Yeah, YouTuber.
podcaster, digital content, influencer.
Influencer. Yeah, you got to say influencer.
Marital status.
Single.
Relationship history. Why you'd like help finding love.
Ooh, that's a good one. Relationship history, long-term relationship,
Yeah.
expired.
Expired.
Fizzled out.
Fizzled out, expired. Situationship, expired. holiday romance, soon to be expired.
It's a holiday romance TBC. That's it, isn't it?
So why would he need their help finding love?
Because he refuses to go on the dating apps.
Yeah.
And he doesn't go out of the house. He's a recluse. So
Expired all the other options.
Always travelling.
yeah, he's just not able to do it independently, like a lot of
just
things.
put antisocial.
Tism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's antisocial. So we've got that covered.
Any funny dating stories? Has he had any that he's told you about before in the past that you can reveal?
This is why we need to do a practice run for the live pod. I'm going to end up saying something that I shouldn't. How many times? This is what's making me nervous about the live pod. How many times do we have to stop and you're like,
I know. You can't say that.
Reset.
Any interesting? The first date that he ever had with ex-Mrs. Beard, I was inadvertently there with Scott at his first date.
Why?
Not actually knowing that he was going to be in that same bar.
Oh, really?
So they turned up and me and Scott were out having drinks and I was like,
Oh my God.
my God. And then Lindsay was like, why is there two people stairs? And I'm like, hey. Obviously we're like, come over for a drink.
Are you and Lindsay still close then?
Yeah, super close.
That's
yeah.
wild, isn't it? Like, obviously you're going to be mates for being together for like 10 years, aren't you?
Yeah, we get quite a lot of hate for that, to be honest. Like, there's been a few comments that I've spotted on her on my Instagram when we post of each other where people are like, oh, you know, think about your brother or, you know, stuff like that. But I'm just a bit like, it's mad for me that people can think that like someone's been in your life for like over a decade.
Yeah.
They've been there through some of the toughest times that you've ever been through.
Through like you having a kid as well. Noah. Yeah.
Losing dad, she was a massive
yeah.
support there. She supported Adam through all of his channel and getting set up onto where he is, you know, massive influence on that. And I think like it's mad for me that it's very tribal. It's like you've got to pick a side.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick a side, provided you support two people you care about through a really painful experience. Fundamentally, why would you abandon someone and be like, oh, just because it's my brother, I'm not speaking to
The
you
internet's very like that, though.
Yeah,
like,
to be honest, you
very
pick Lindsay over Adam, wouldn't you?
100%.
All day
Only
long.
joking, Adam. But yeah, like we were there on his first date for that, so that was funny. Other dates that he's been on more recently.
I don't think we should talk
any
about
horrendous ones
No,
have gone badly.
maybe we shouldn't really
Maybe there isn't.
delve
something.
there.
Yeah.
Identify as a male.
A very small man.
My body type: slim, average, athletic, curvy, heavy set.
He's athletic, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fortunately. You know what I've noticed is I think his head's getting bigger.
He's getting like
His head's getting bigger. His body's stayed the same, but his head... Let me show you this picture. He sent me a picture of him having a poo.
oh man, his face looks so fucking weird.
Look at how big his head is. His head looks
Why
like...
the fuck has he sent you that?
I don't know.
I can't even overlay that.
No, you can't overlay that.
What the
You're
fuck?
showing it to camera though, so
Yeah, I mean, people get a good idea. Look, his head's massive.
He looks rough as fuck on that. He does, look at his face. Jesus Christ. The life is taking its toll on him now.
next one. My height.
5'5".
He reckons he's 5'10", but he's lying, man. I do. Yeah, he's 5'4".
5'9".
5'5".
He's definitely not over 5'9".
Do you have children?
Not that he knows of.
Yeah.
Might be one in the making right now.
Do you want children?
Oh, I think his default answer would be no.
Yeah.
But I reckon he could be convinced. Part of me thinks that like, the little part of me thinks that maybe, just maybe, I don't think he'd be a good dad. Could he have kids? Yes. Would he be a good dad? No.
I think it'd have to catch him off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise baby.
Unexpected pregnancy.
Yeah. What are you looking for in a partner?
Someone who can tolerate him, basically, fundamentally, put up with him.
I think he just wants somebody to cuddle him.
Oh,
That's what I think. I think he puts on this like front, but I just think he wants to be cuddled and stroked.
Yeah.
Like a chihuahua.
He is soft inside, really.
He's like my dog. He's like a chihuahua. You've just got to stroke
Yeah,
him.
just boots off all the time.
Calm down.
All right, little thing. All right, calm down.
If you're not eating, just get some food.
What's your usual type?
unusual looking.
He said that himself,
his
though.
default answer is like unusual looking people, pale, like alternative. That's his
alternative.
yeah, slim. That's what he said.
Sort of like emo alternative
Yeah.
people, doesn't he?
That's definitely the look.
Preferred age range?
20 to 25.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, innit?
Yeah. Well, let's send it off and let's see what comes
Is that
back.
it? Have we completed it?
Yeah.
We should definitely send that off.
Somebody
Put his
should-
actual email, contact@beardmeatsfood.co.uk. His number
We'll fill in all the
0744.
other details after and then
Do it.
send it off. We'll have updates next week.
Yes.
Is he back next week?
Not.
Yes, he is.
Is it next week?
Thursday.
Is it next Thursday?
Next Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Well,
I
we'll
need to go clean his house as well. Add that to the list of stress that I've got. Forgot about that. Fuck.
We'll just drop it on him next week.
We started his cars up for him.
No.
They'll
I
be
should
dead
probably
as a
do that,
bird,
shouldn't
don't
I? I daren't though. I don't know what to do.
He's
I might
such
take
an
one for a
idiot.
spin, actually.
You should be.
All right, shall we wrap this up with a Fesspit?
Let's go, man.
Isn't there a
That's been-
quiz?
We'll have to
We've
do a
run
quiz
out of
next
time.
week. And we got shit last time because apparently, like, we sabotaged his quiz. I forgot to say, you look really smart today. Like, you got dressed up for us.
Thanks, mate.
I feel underdressed.
Well, you know what? I was getting dressed and I thought, it's my first appearance of 2025. I should probably make a little bit of an effort, shouldn't I?
Looking good, looking good.
Thanks, Mosh.
Oh.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, first Fesspit. I'm a 41-year-old uncircumcised man. That caught me off guard there. I have literally only just realised that if I pull my foreskin back when pissing, then it doesn't spray in 21 different directions. No more piss on the seat and floor. Unbelievable discovery.
Wow.
41 years old.
41.
To be fair, though, I mean, I didn't realise that if you were not circumcised, that your urine sprayed in multiple directions. But B, who's ever going to teach you that?
It depends. My mate's got a really long
just
foreskin.
trial
I've
and
spoke
error.
about it before, so I imagine it would cause a bit of problems if you had like a more skin than you really need.
Yeah. God,
It'd then
that's
be like
like-
coming out of like a floppy hose, wouldn't
Like a
it?
sprinkler.
Yeah.
That's like early breaking beard days, is that?
Yeah, we used to talk about
Mention
curling
that.
the semen and my mate's long foreskin. I think it adds an extra inch on his cock and he needed it, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Well, I'm glad you've discovered that and it makes things easier for you.
Next one. Thought I'd be daring and go commando at uni. Hit by a small car on a winter day. The driver called an ambulance, and at the hospital, a nurse pulled down my jeans to dress a small cut, showing off my cold and shock-shriveled manhood. I always wear pants now, just in case.
That'd be... I mean, I'm sure a nurse has seen it all before. I told you on the podcast about that doctor having to feel my balls, didn't I? And my penis has never been as small as that. Honestly.
I nearly died in a car crash over day.
What?
Legit.
What
It
happened?
was so bad. It was my fault as
Did
well.
you crash?
No, but I was literally, if timing wise, somebody were looking over me that day, because if time wise it had been even a split second different, I'd have gone head first into an oncoming 50 mile an hour car.
Why was somebody overtaking? What?
So I was travelling behind a big Jeep. He whacked his hazards on. And again, I cannot blame anyone but myself. For some reason in my head, I thought I were on a dual carriageway, and I wasn't. It were a single lane up and down. So I'm going 50 mile an hour, pull out like this to overtake the hazard Jeep, confronted literally there by an oncoming car and a series of other cars, literally slammed on, swerved back in, narrowly missed the Jeep. That guy had to go around my ass, and somebody nearly went into the back of me. And then I was like, oh my God, so close to death.
You know why? It's because you had so much going on in your head.
I wasn't concentrating. Nearly.
All the shit that you just explained to us for the last hour.
Yeah. So they do say if you ever you should always wear black knickers as well, because if anything like that happens and you need to go to hospital, you probably would shit yourself. So,
Especially you.
especially me. It can happen at best of times for me. So yeah, close call, man.
Jesus.
It made me when you disassociate afterwards, and I'm like, am I alive?
You're
am I
shaking. You
alright?
feel
I'm
like
am I okay?
you're going to go faint.
Did that really happen? And I was just thinking then, you can't let your head go there, but the amount of people I could have hurt in that minute there just terrifies me. Yeah, I nearly wrote off the Audi as well, which I didn't want to be pleased about.
Okay, no.
I'm sure there'd have been other things on his mind had that crash had occurred. Right, last one. My girlfriend wanted to try femdom.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Domination.
Oh, no, I thought you meant a
Not a
femidom.
femidom.
What's a
Femdom.
Like a female condom.
I'll have to Google that.
It's like a
Read it out.
condom, but you put it inside yourself.
Yeah.
Don't know why I needed the visual there.
Every day's a
like a
school
bin
day for
bag.
Josh.
Basically, yeah, with a rubber cap on it so it don't go inside you. Just think about a condom inside you, really.
Oh my God. Rough bit of kit, that. Jesus. All right. Never knew that existed.
So we're not talking about a femidom, we're talking
No.
about femdom.
Feminine domination. So my girlfriend wanted to try femdom, so we did. Wearing high heels, she kicked me so hard in the bollocks that they swelled up and I had to go to hospital because of the pain. They found early stage testicular cancer. My girlfriend's bollock kicking fantasy saved my life.
Whoa, I hope that's true.
Wow. Never.
Until
That sounds really quite painful, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to have a... It hurts, doesn't it, when you get hit in balls?
Why would you
Not
enjoy
I know,
that?
but Some people like pain. There's some weird things out there.
Spoke about fetishes before.
There's like
what the list?
Like there is a big list, isn't there?
Adam had a checklist.
Adam had it.
Yeah.
We were reading some of those out to me, and it blew my mind. Blew my mind.
Well, it's getting pegged now anyway, so thanks for coming on
You're welcome.
for the podcast again. We're going to go over to Patreon now and continue this absolute tram smash of a podcast. But it's been the best one of 2025 in my humble opinion.
Yeah!
If we could, I'd have you every week. I'd get Adam in twice a year, and I'd have you every week. But then you're back next week as well.
Back next week. Woo!
Right, let's jump over to Patreon. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks everybody for watching. See you next week.